So when I say I sympathise with the Italian students, I do. I understood and I understand the Italian students. I don't condone their behaviour, but I understand that they were behaving, in inverted commas, normally. But it's not normal for the Thais. I am not a goody two-shoes YouTuber that rows in behind all the other wannabe YouTubers who talk about things like this in a wishy-washy way. Hi guys, today we're at Bang Sue, and no particular reason, just thought I'd come here to discuss the Italian job. The Italian students, well, it's not just about the Italian students, but it's my take on the Italian students' behaviour on the public transport in Thailand or in Bangkok. You might be surprised to hear my point of view. My point of view isn't the same as most other commentators, especially the goody two-shoes Farang YouTubers who mentioned, well, we're talking about the same thing. But stay with me and you'll be enlightened, I'm sure. There's a lot more in this video than you think. This is a much wider issue than just foreign students, Italian students raising their voice on public transport in Thailand. It's to do with the culture of the thing, you see. And here's my take on it. The Italian students were wrong, completely wrong in the way they behaved. Absolutely wrong. We should respect Thai culture. We should respect the land that welcomes us and accommodates us. And I do. So I sympathise with the Thai people because their culture was disrespected. But at the same time, I'm looking at the bigger picture. The Italian students, from what I can see, even though they were wrong in the way they were abusive towards the Thai person who interjected, let's say, they were completely wrong, they were abusive. But they were also oblivious because Italians behave that way. They are animated in the way they speak. Italia, that's the way you are, you see. That's exactly the way they go on. So they were behaving in a normal way. But it's not normal to do that in Thailand. You see, I was questioning myself on this. What would have happened if the tables were turned, if it was a group of Thai students on the metro in Rome or on public transport in Rome, and let's say the Thais were behaving in a way that was disrespectful to Italian culture? I can nearly tell you, I know more about Italy than people might think. My sister, God rest her, was married to an Italian. I've been to Italy many, many times. It wouldn't have amounted to anything. So be it. If it happened in Ireland, it wouldn't have amounted to anything. If Thai students came to Ireland and disrespected Irish culture, what Irish culture? What Italian culture? You see, this is the thing. We don't hold as much credence, or we don't hold our culture in such high esteem as the Thais do. It's like the Thais have a unique culture and they defend it quite rightly to the hilt. Our culture in the West has eroded because of multiculturalism, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's the way the world develops. Cultures live and die. Nothing will be the same. But at this moment, Thai culture is sacrosanct. It's like Thailand would be the belle of the ball, the prima donna that you can very easily offend. And the rest of us are riffraff. And that's the way I'd say it. We are. And what of it? The Italian students weren't aware that they were doing anything wrong until somebody, that lady or that girl, pointed it out to them that they were doing something wrong. like most Western Europeans, we don't like to be told to do something. Thailand is an obedient society. It's a trusting society. And they are used to being told what to do. We're not. You see, European culture or Western culture, you don't need me to tell you, is so different. It's on a different planet to here. The Thais are educated and brought up to be part of a group. That's what it is. They're part of a group and they defend the group. We're brought up to be individuals. Did you ever see a Thai backpacker? Well, maybe you have, but you know what I mean. Or a Chinese backpacker, or a Japanese backpacker. European backpackers, yes. Thais travel in groups because they've got a group mentality. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's not a negative criticism. That's just an observation. And if you are, let's say, disrespectful towards this insular, and I mean insular, society, where because of its insularness, it maintains a very, very sturdy and robust culture, you'll offend very easily. It doesn't work the other way round. I can say Ireland doesn't have a very sturdy or robust culture. We have a culture, but we don't even speak our own language. And a lot of people would say that the language is the core of your culture. Most people in Ireland don't speak Gaelic. Tá cúpla focail a gum, I have a few words of Irish, but I don't speak it because it's not part of my culture. It's the new Ireland. So therefore, you won't offend Irish people if you put your feet up on the metro, because you can't, because there's no metro in Ireland. But on the Lewis tram in Dublin, you probably wouldn't get away with it if it was busy. But if there wasn't many people in the carriage or whatever, I don't think you'd have an international incident for aggravating Irish culture if you did something on public transport. I don't think it would happen. And I don't think it would happen anywhere else in the Western world. But it does happen here because it's such an insular society. If a Thai person came to Dublin and made a video in a pub and he drank a pint of Guinness or took a sip of a pint of Guinness and spat it back out again and said it was muck, do you think there'd be an international incident about that? No, there wouldn't be. But there probably would be an international incident if you did it here. Most definitely, because it has already happened. Lloyd has it. Card. Scan.
Yes.
Scan. Only cash.
Scan.
Huh?
Scan.
Oh, scan Manahan. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Okay. You see, I thought I knew what I was doing there. In all the other Tesco Lotuses I've been to, you can buy a card and you can put on the card whatever amount you want. But in this case, you can actually scan your QR in this case, you can actually scan your QR in the individual restaurants. Wonderful. You learn something new every day. I hope you're learning something new in this video, because I am not the same as other YouTubers. I'm not necessarily saying that Thai culture is all the be-all and the end-all. For me, it's not. For them, it is, and we should respect that. But at the same time, I respect myself and I respect my culture. Okay, sorry about the microphone in the middle. This is a floppy hat, so it kind of flops down, but it's for the sake of good audio, lads. The sake of good audio. I'm going to get myself some Korean pork with rice and cabbage. There you go. Healthy option. The Brits. You see, the Brits exported their culture around the world via the East India Company, more or less. They had their own private army. The East India Company had their own private army, and they more or less established Brit culture throughout India, well, in certain parts of India. And that mentality continues to the present day, where working class Brits go to places like Benidorm and take over the place. I was talking to a Spanish girl the other day, beautiful Spanish girl. She knows who she is. But anyway, I was talking to her the other day and I mentioned Benidorm, and before I finished the word she went, Benidorm, because it's not Spain anymore. It's Britland. And you see, they behave in a rowdy way, like Ibiza and all these places. They behave in a rowdy way. They wouldn't get away with it here. But you see, places like Pattaya and Phuket are islands of enclaves of Western culture in Thailand. That's okay. 75 baht. It's well worth it. I'm having a coffee with it because they only serve Thai cold drinks like bubble tea and stuff like that. That's wonderful. That is absolutely wonderful. So the Brits get away with murder in resort towns throughout Europe, but they won't get away with it here. And that's one of the reasons I don't like Pattaya, is because you walk along Pattaya and you have this Western culture playing at the bars and the clubs, playing Western music. Why come, I said it before, why come all that distance just to drink in a British pub, or for that matter, even an Irish pub? This is right on the money. If you're wondering where we are, it's Tesco, or it's just Lotus's in Bang Sue. So the way the Italian students behaved, from what I can see, they probably didn't know they were misbehaving until it was brought up to them, or it was made apparent to them. But they could have dealt with the situation so much more diplomatically than the way they did, and they were completely at fault. But to criticize Italian students for being loud on Thai public transport is criticizing Italian students for behaving as they would have seen normally. They were just too ignorant to know the difference, to know how to behave. There's no rule book you're given when you fly into Thailand as what to do and what not to do. My Thai wife frowns upon me doing what I'm doing now, speaking in raised tones. Most Thais wouldn't bother saying anything to you, but I suppose in public transport it's a lot different because they're very, very private. Public transport around the world is a very private experience. You bury your head in your newspaper, you bury your head in your phone, and you want your peace and quiet. This is very nice. This is very, very nice. You're very nice for buying me a coffee. Thanks very much, lads. I really, really appreciate each and every one of you. It helps me produce these videos. So if you want to help me out, you can scan the QR or click the link below to buy me a coffee. Thank you all so very, very much. It's really, really appreciated. You must appreciate the fact that there's certain aspects of Thai culture that probably annoy you, because that's human nature. But even if it annoys you, you don't act upon that. You bite your tongue. You just go with the flow. There's a lot of things that annoy me about Thai culture. There's a lot of things that annoy me about my Irish culture, which is not as robust, as I said, as Thai culture. Examples coming up. So just speaking about Irish culture, or the watered down Irish culture which it has become, I was never a rugby head. Rugby is not part of Irish culture, but it is part of modern Irish culture. I was never a GAA head, that's the Gaelic Athletic Association. I could never identify with it. And soccer, to a lesser extent, I could identify more with soccer than the other two. But you see, whatever sport in Ireland you follow tends to define you. It doesn't define me. I'm Irish, and I don't associate with many aspects of Irish culture, even though that culture, and by the way, I can insult my Irish culture and nothing's going to happen. My Thai wife can come to Ireland and insult my Irish culture and nothing's going to happen. Some people might get fed up or annoyed about it, but is it going to cause an international incident where the Thai embassy will write a letter of apology to the Irish government or the local transport authority? I mean, come on. You see, by the way, this I'm supporting the Thais. I'm supporting the fact that the Italian embassy wrote a letter of apology to whatever institution it wrote the apology to. I fully support that, but I'm just drawing the comparison that it would never ever happen in my country, or more than unlikely. It's more than unlikely to happen in my country or any country in the West. I mean, all you got to do when you're walking around here, look at the imported culture. It's everywhere. I feel more at home here than I do out in the street because this is what I'm familiar with. The Thais cherry pick, they really do, and fair play to their Dairy Queen. Look, there's another one. There we are. The Thais cherry pick the parts of Western culture they want, but they insist on maintaining their own culture. The rest of us, and I could say this, and lots of fellas might disagree with me, I think Europe has sold out its culture. Europe became Americanized during the 60s and 70s and 80s, or whatever you want to say, but it became very Americanized. And who's to say what American culture is? The United States I'm talking about. The United States is a very big place. It's multicultural. But the American culture can be defined as, without trying to sound aggravating, could be defined as McDonald's. The truest thing ever is you live and learn. Those Italian students have lived and learned. I've lived and learned as a result of this. I was more than surprised that that became such a big incident. It just galvanized my impression of Thai culture, that it's so sacrosanct. It is so important to them. And again, I'll say it, my culture, whatever it is, and I've lost contact. I've lost my identity, my cultural identity. I don't think I ever had it. I think when I was a kid, my cultural identity was the Catholic religion. And by jingo, am I glad that I don't have to identify or have to identify as that anymore. You see, it stems from insularness. Thailand is one of the most insular countries, well, I won't say one of the most insular countries in the world. Thailand is a very insular country. You come from, if you're listening to this and English is your first language, you come from a country that is not insular. And even if English is not your first language, Western Europe, you are not insular. France is not an insular country. Spain is not an insular country. Norway is not insular. Sweden is not blah, 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 blah. God knows Ireland's not insular. So the more insular you are, the more sensitive you become to outside aggravations. A lot of people might disagree with me, but the bottom line is that I understood and I understand the Italian students. I don't condone their behaviour, but I understand that they were behaving, in inverted commas, normally. But it's not normal for the Thais. So what's normal for you? Do you think? What do you think? I mean, the other thing that really annoyed me about this was I won't mention names, I saw some YouTube videos by Farang YouTubers criticising the Italians completely. Yes, they are to be criticised negatively. Yes, they are. But look at the bigger picture. It's, this has been, as far as I'm concerned, from my point of view, as an ignorant European, it has been blown out of all proportion. But from a Thai point of view, it has been dealt with to a degree that will preserve the honour of Thai culture. And fair play to them. I envy them having such a strong identity. Such a strong identity. You know, it's no wonder they call us Farang, because the term Farang doesn't associate you with any particular identity. We're all individual buffoons, as any person who works in Pattaya or Soi 4 in Nana would probably tell you, the way we behave in those places when we get drink on us. Absolute buffoonery, if that's a term. It's getting hot. I'm going to get back to the car. We'll recommence. Where did I park my car? Oh yeah, it's in the car park. You may not agree with everything I've said in this video or everything you've heard in this video, but there's no point in me existing unless I'm controversial. That's the whole idea of this channel. Do you know, culture is a spectrum. Sexuality is a spectrum. Autism is a spectrum. Do you know we're all autistic to some degree? Some minutely, some very much so. I'll get off the road. So on that cultural spectrum, I maintain that Thailand is at one extreme end, where the culture determines who people are and the way they think. And the West is towards the other end, where the culture is less defined and it has less determination over the way people behave and think. Therefore, we are more fluid and careless, let's say, almost, with when we engage with other cultures. So I say again that I will have to say I sympathise with both. I sympathise wholly with the Thais, and I sympathise to a large extent with the Italian students, because I don't think they intended or they set out to do something stupid like that, but because of their immaturity, let's say, they cultivated a situation that didn't have to reach any degree of maturity. It could have been nipped in the bud. There you go. That's my 5 cents worth, lad. That's my 5 cents worth, lads. I hope you. Certainly the video's thought-provoking. I am not a goody two shoes YouTuber that rows in behind all the other wannabe YouTubers who talk about things like this in a wishy-washy way. It doesn't happen here. And guys, if you like what you see on this channel, make sure, even if you don't like, let me know. Click the like button, the share button, subscribe button, do all those wonderful things, and I'll bring you back another wonderful video very soon. Thanks for joining me.